Folks, buckle up, because in the city of brotherly love, where the passion for the Eagles runs hotter than a cheesesteak on the grill, it's rivalry week. And let me tell you, if there's one thing that can drown out the drama like a roaring crowd at Lincoln Financial Field, it's the sight of those green jerseys lining up against the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, the Birds take flight against America's team, or whatever those star-wearing folks like to call themselves these days. But before we lace up and hit the gridiron, picture this. What if the real MVP of this matchup isn't the guy under center, but a wide receiver dropping truth bombs that have Philly fans buzzing louder than the "Fly Eagles Fly" chant after a Super Bowl run? That's right, we're talking A.J. Brown, the towering 6'1" beast from Ole Miss who exploded onto the scene with the Eagles back in 2022, hauling in those impossible catches like he was born with glue on his hands. Brown's been the heartbeat of this passing attack, teaming up with Jalen Hurts to form one of the league's most electric duos. Think Reggie White bulldozing quarterbacks in the 90s, but with a modern twist of speed and swagger. And this week, oh man, AJ's got the whole locker room, the fan base, and even the national headlines in a tizzy with one sly, off-the-cuff remark about his fellow star, Saquon Barkley. Let's break it down, Eagles Nation. After a week that's felt like a non-stop soap opera, anonymous whispers about frustrations with Hurts, the signal caller who's carried this team to a Super Bowl glory in 2017 and now battles through a season of highs and those nagging lows, Brown stepped up to the media mic on Thursday. Reporters, always hunting for the next headline, pressed him on rumors that maybe, just maybe, the big man's not the same explosive force he was. You know, the kind of noise that makes you want to throw your terrible towel at the TV. But AJ, class act. He sidestepped the Jalen drama like a juke move from Brian Dawkins in his prime, laser-focused on Sunday's showdown. "I'm all about beating the Cowboys," he basically said. "No fuel to the fire. Just football." Then comes the gem, the line that's got Twitter exploding and Birds bars from South Philly to the suburbs chanting his name. Asked point-blank if he's washed up, Brown fires back, "I guess Saquon ain't the same player either then. I don't care about that. Y'all don't believe that." Boom. Mic drop. Now look, this isn't some shady shot across the bow at Barkley, the former Giant-turned-Eagle who's been a wrecking ball in the backfield since we snagged him this offseason. No, sir. It's AJ calling out the absurdity, the manufactured madness that's plagued this team all year. Why pile on one star when the other's facing the same whispers? It's like saying Donovan McNabb couldn't scramble anymore after a couple bumpy seasons. Pure fiction. These guys are elite, period. Dive a little deeper with me here, because the numbers don't lie, and they've got that NFC East fire in their veins. Barkley's been a revelation in green, no doubt. Those 662 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns through 10 games? Solid, especially behind a line that's been shuffling like a deck of cards with injuries. But rewind to last year in New York. 1,137 yards and 8 scores by this point. The dip. Blame it on scheme tweaks under new OC Kellen Moore, a tougher schedule, and yeah, that defensive attention that frees up lanes for the rest of the offense. Brown's in the same boat. 457 yards, 38 catches, 3 TDs this season after torching it for 793 and 4 scores in 9 games last year. Why the slide? A hamstring tweak early on, more double teams now that Devonta Smith's emerging as a nightmare on the other side, and let's be real, Hurts spreading the ball to keep defenses honest. But washed. Come on. AJ's yards after catch are still top 5 in the league. He's turning short slants into 50-yard sprints, the way he did on that iconic touchdown against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 52, remember? The one that had the whole world chanting "underdog" from that Danny and the Miracles tune. Historically, this Eagles squad's no stranger to the noise. Think back to 2017. We were the ultimate underdogs, with Carson Wentz on IR, Nick Foles stepping in like a Philly legend, and a defense led by the Minister of Defense himself, Reggie White, echoing in spirit. They shocked the world, hoisting the Lombardi under the confetti at US Bank Stadium. Fast forward to now, and it's that same grit facing the Cowboys, our eternal NFC East thorn, with their 5-4 record staring down our 6-3 mark. Dallas's pass rush, led by that Micah Parsons kid who's got moves like a young Michael Strahan, could test Brown's routes. But tactically, watch for Sirianni dialing up those RPOs with Hurts, play-action fakes that freeze linebackers, then boom, Barkley rumbling for daylight. If Philly's O-line, anchored by the soon-to-be-retired Jason Kelce's little brother Travis, Lane Johnson holding it down, gives Hurts clean pockets, we could see 300-plus total yards from this backfield receiver combo. Stats say the Eagles' run game ranks third in the NFL at 150 yards per game. Pair that with Brown's contested catch win rate over 60%, and it's a recipe for torching a Cowboys secondary that's allowed 250 passing yards in 4 of their last 6. I caught up with a fictional beat writer pal of mine, Eagle Eye Eddie from the Inquirer. Okay, he's not real, but his take sure feels like it. AJ's comment? "It's the spark we need," Eddie told me over a virtual hoagie. Barkley's not washed. He's adapting. Brown's not fading. He's evolving. This week's about unity. Beat Dallas, silence the doubters, and remind the league why Philly's the heart of football. And the fans? Oh, they're fired up. Picture a Bird supporter in a Dawkins jersey, screaming from the 700 level, AJ and Saquon? They're just getting started. Cowboys fans can keep their stars. We'll take the ring. Looking ahead, this one's got playoff written all over it. A win vaults the Eagles to 7-3, breathing down Washington's neck in the division and keeping that home field dream alive. Lose? Well, the drama amps up, and suddenly those draft mocks start whispering about QB prospects. But me? I'm predicting a statement. Hurts to Brown for 120 yards and a score, Barkley grinding out 100 on the ground, and a final score of 27-20, Birds. It's the kind of gritty NFC East brawl that echoes the 60s championship glory or that wild 2018 Monday Night Meltdown against, well, you know who. So, Eagles faithful, lace up those green sneakers, crank up some Meek Mill to get in the zone, and tune in Sunday. This isn't just a game, it's therapy, it's tradition, it's Philly proving once again why we're the soul of the NFL. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hit that subscribe on Sports Illustrated for more breakdowns, and I'll see you after the whistle. What a time to be a bird.